Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Barroom Boys. I'm Mondo here with Beav and Hodska. The full trio is back once again, fresh off our shittiest episode we've ever recorded, and that's okay. You know, It happens, Beav. I'm sure you could attest to this. Hod, you didn't hear?
No.
We legit, it kind of is the same situation as this episode. We walked in here, we didn't know what to talk about. We didn't have a draft topic. We just kind of winged the episode and it just came out horrible to the point where we got off the call and we were like, we probably shouldn't put this out. And then, of course, Gary being a dipshit, he put out the episode. So you can always go back and watch it if you want, but it was not our best work at all.
Hey, I felt like I was into it. I felt like you and Gary were definitely the slackers.
Oh, is that so, Beef? Yeah, you really helped brainstorm a lot of topics heading into that episode.
Particularly Gary. What the fuck? What do you got him doing now, Mondo? I mean, this is for his college degree. This is his internship that he needs to graduate from a top 5 public university. He's out here dumping clam chowder on his head for clicks. Come on now.
Look, I'm gonna put it out there and say that it was you two that started this shit. With the fucking zucchini on the porch bullshit.
Bro, that's
where all of this stems from.
That was like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, it's the same fucking trend that he's been doing. It's the celebrating a holiday. Did I know he was going to shove some cold clam chowder in his mouth? No, I did not. Did I know he was going to puke it up? No, I did not. Did I know he was going to dump it on his head after? No, I fucking did not. But here we are, man. Gary's doing his thing. He's the director of social media now. The man's been making a killing. All accounts have over triple-digit followers. He's doing great. We brought Matt in now. He's doing the 2-minute drill every day. So things are happening. Elliot's planning on coming out doing his podcast. So we got a lot of...
Dude, Elliot's been planning on this fucking podcast for... 5 years now.
It's honestly like an urban legend, if we're being honest. But he FaceTimed me like 2 days ago and was like, "Hey, man." I was like, "Hey." I was like, "What's going on, man? How you doing?" He's like, "Good. Like just out here drinking by myself, kind of chilling." I was like, "All right, brother. Like, good for you." What else is going on? He goes, "Nothing much. I'm thinking about doing that podcast that we talked about." I was like, the one from like 2 years ago. He goes, "Yeah." You know, just to give you an update on my life. And he goes through the whole story. And then he's like, "So yeah, I think I'm ready to build out my set and then fly people out for episodes." I was like, "Brother."
Is there even
where you got this money from? But
is there an airport in Fort Myers? They got a runway. I don't know,
bro. I think they have like a little gravel road that you can land on.
Elliot's got the helicopter pad at his crib.
Oh, I forgot about that.
He was like, "Yeah, man, I got this whole setup idea in my head." I was like, "All right, let's do this. Let's get an episode out this week. Let's start, simple as it can be. Just record your fucking face. That's all we need. And we'll go from there."
Hey, that could be a prop bet on the next Unbettable pod. Will Elliot record a podcast this week?
I hope so, man. I hope so, because it's supposed to be a conspiracy theory podcast, and there's no motherfucker that's crazier than that man. I'll give you guys a tip. He thinks Kanye's dead, and this is a fake Kanye. That's gonna be one of his episodes. So the guy, I love him to death. He is on one already, and I cannot wait for him to put out some product, because that
one's gonna take off.
Oh yeah. I didn't ask him why, because I didn't want it spoiled for me too. But I was like, that sounds like a great podcast.
I'm gonna spoil it for myself because I doubt this pod is.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I hope it does happen, because then I'll just like listen to it at work, like while I'm working, and I'll just be like, "What the hell is going on?" And that'll just distract me from actually working. So that'll kind of be nice.
Yeah, I mean, he's just one of those guys that like you'll be going about your day and you'll turn your head and go, "What the fuck did he just say?"
Exactly. I'll be answering like a really
it.
important email, and then I'll listen to something, and he'll say like, "Oh, Kanye's dead," and I'll be like,
Really?
"Check my phone real quick."
Yeah, but there's been a lot of things in the works. Like Gary truthfully has been killing it for what it's worth. Granted, he has more time than all of us combined to be killing it, which is why I kind of expect it from him.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're always busy, so I was not expecting him to dump clam chowder on his head inside of his patio, but here we fucking are.
That was one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when he posted that and I saw it, I was like scrolled by. I did like a double take. I like went by. I'm like, what? And I watched it, and I couldn't like tell if I was disturbed or like just like, yeah, it's you know what, like expected.
So yeah, at the end of the day, it's not on me. It's on you two for starting all of this by like influencing him to throw a zucchini on a porch.
You
That's where
know,
it all came from.
you know damn well there's clumps of clam chowder that have been sitting there overnight outside
Oh,
of his
bro.
front door.
I was like, we started recording the episode and I was going to go into the full intro. And I was like, you know what, Gary, before I ask anything else or talk about anything else, why the fuck did you do that inside your screened in porch? I was like, what? Well, how does that make fucking sense to me?
I mean, the man's trying, which I respect the hustle for,
I
but at the
love it.
same time, like, you couldn't take 2 steps outside.
I don't know, man. It's like he gets to the point of like this line and you need him to go just a little past the line to where it like makes sense.
But then he
He'll
goes past
never
the line,
pass the line. He'll trip on the line, but like he won't make it past it. So like you're going along with it, and then you realize like what why did he do this? Like just it doesn't make sense.
yeah,
I don't know. The kid's
it's
something
like
else.
it's like skiing off a cliff. You're like, he's like gradually going, he's stopping, approaching like where he has to stop, and then all of a
Yeah,
sudden it just like slips and falls, and then starts somersaulting down like a
that's
50-foot cliff.
exactly right, bro. But I don't know. The kid's something else. I am proud of him. I keep telling him that because he's
Yeah,
working hard. So
we're skipping over. He posted another video the other day where I guess the challenge was to drink a whole bottle of wine, and it was like a 1 minute long video. Not a single second of that video was him taking a sip of the bottle of wine.
like I said, bro, he gets to this line and then he just trips, and I don't know where he's going with it. It's the same thing with the milk. Like he was standing there with the milk, fucking shaking in his hand, and then just dumps it on his head. Like I just, I don't know. The kid's cracking me up. He's
He's a one trick pony. He just pours shit
Yeah.
on his head. That's all he's got. He's a one
hey,
trick
bro.
pony.
If it works, it works. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Yeah,
not
I
gonna
guess if it ain't
complain.
broke, don't fix it. But at the same time, it's scary. So like he could be fixed, but
Gary's a moron, but he's my moron. And like I will love him forever because of that. So I'm not upset. Do I think he could probably find a better way to celebrate the holiday? Yeah. But the comments on all the posts are cracking me up because you have people like Brandon Jin in our comments going, man, I can't wait for National Poop Day.
Passed.
It's
Which
him
just
dumping it
passed.
on his head.
Just passed, by the way, about 2 weeks ago. So we got to tell Gary he's got to make up for it.
You can tell him that. I'm not telling him to dump shit on his head.
yeah, you know what? We can wait till next year for that one.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to get more established. He's
But
like, have you ever seen that guy? He's like this like fat guy with missing a few teeth, and he just like I think it's like Swing to the Nuts Saturday or something, and he like just posts these videos of him. Like there's one video of like they dropped a bowling ball from like 10 feet up, just right on his sack.
oh,
Yeah, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah, he was like writhing in pain, but he does it like every week. So I don't understand it, but it happens.
Well, good for him, I
So
guess.
Yeah, if you can find that guy online, watch at your own risk.
Yeah, I am not gonna pull up that clip for this pod. I don't want it taken down. We're off to a hot start
He
today.
hangs
Let's
out
be
with
honest.
Daddy Longneck.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
he hangs out with him.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's
Oh
messed
my
up.
So
god.
he hangs out with that crowd.
The Supreme Patty Reject Squad or whatever it
Interesting.
is.
Those the
Uh,
people that are famous for all the wrong reasons.
naturally.
Or all the right reasons,
Yeah.
according to them.
Being born with a long neck.
Good for him, man.
Not his fault.
Yo, real talk though. You think like what kind of size scarf do you think he wears? Is it like a queen size bed sheet or like how does that work?
I don't think he's probably ever worn a scarf.
Yeah, if you have a neck that long, why would you want to cover it up?
Yeah.
What if it's cold, bro?
If,
He's definitely from the South.
yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right. Well, speaking of people, going viral for all the wrong reasons, we have
He's from the
Tyreek
South.
Hill back in the news again. Um, now this is an interesting story to me. I'll read the headline that I saw for it. Tyreek Hill is getting sued by a plus size influencer, alleging he broke her leg during football drills after she was holding her own against him. Now, I'll let that kind of sink in for a second while you guys, formulate your opinions. I'm gonna go ahead and call horse shit on this whole thing until a video comes out of her holding down Tyreek Hill and doing something that not even all pro cornerbacks can do, which is shutting Tyreek Hill down. I think this is a whole cash ploy, straight up. Now, if I'm
Yeah.
wrong, I'm wrong, but I ain't no plus size model doing what Sauce Gardner could not do in 2 matchups this season. It just
Yeah.
doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. It
So
was interesting because like the headline I got was like the same one that you read. And at first I thought he was like broke. I was like, broken leg. Do you mean like broken ankles? I'm like, that would make a lot more
yeah,
sense. They were running one-on-ones, and Tyreek Hill just probably did Tyreek Hill stuff, ran like a slant, and then broke her ankles, and that's how she fell. I'm like, okay. But then when I did more digging, I actually read the article. I was like, this doesn't make any sense.
no,
This is a cash play.
She break.
100%.
How do you break your leg? Like
Yeah,
she broke one of the bones in her, like your femur or
it
tibia.
says, according to this article, Hill charged at her with crushing force after she managed to hold her own and knock him backwards during football drills. The hit by Hill knocked her to the ground and resulted her leg being broken.
Oh,
So let me get this straight. She agreed to do football drills, and when she got run over in the football drills, she broke her leg, proceeds to sue Tyreek Hill. And that's not even the worst part. It's the blasphemous part that she was shutting him down. That's like by far the worst part of this article. If she left that out, yeah, I'd probably believe it. But because she said this, I don't buy any of the article. None of it.
no. Yeah. Tyreek Hill is never in the news for a good reason. You never see him out there in the community, giving back, donating to charity. It's always some like beating his kids, having his 8th kid with his 10th baby mama. Now
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
He's a good football player, but
Yeah, the CTE is starting to kick in a little bit
a
for
little
him.
bit. I hope it's not an Antonio Brown situation, or
I don't
maybe I hope it is because he's entertaining as hell.
I don't think anyone can get to that level of CTE if I'm
That's
being
that's a
Well,
special kind of going.
no, we saw what happened to Chandler Jones. He went
well,
down.
Well, I mean, flashing
I
your
know.
cock on live's a little
Yeah.
bit different than what AB's going through. I do like CTESPN though.
Yeah.
That's a great fucking brand they're putting together with all
I
the
love
crackers.
the catch the energy.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm not here to defend Tyreek Hill. I know his past, even as a Dolphin fan, I'm not here to defend him. I just reading this article, just the title alone, it's horseshit, and I don't buy it for a second. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I expect video proof that he was getting shut down by this influencer.
Yeah, I'm sure there are security cameras, especially for a house that size, that will have some sort of proof that either this did happen or it didn't happen. I don't think Tyreek Hill has said anything, or at least I haven't seen him say anything on like X or some sort of social media. So that's
It's
until
just
that
crazy.
happens, then we're
Hey,
just
but there was something that came out this weekend that we do have video proof of.
Was that?
See the Cam Newton video?
That I did, Beav. That I fucking did. What a weekend to be a sport fan of anything except the UFC. I mean, we have fights out of every corner of the globe, and NFL seems to reign king at this point. Uh Cam Newton does a little 7-on-7, his little league he does, then gets jumped by six guys, enjoying it the entire time.
Yeah.
Kept his hat on the entire time.
Oh
No
yeah.
doubt. Now, and I said this on Unbettable the other day, but people who try and go after Cam Newton, let me remind you of a couple things. This man flipped his car in what should have been a fatal accident, and the man was smiley all afterward. Right? Just laying on the ground, all smiles. This man gets in a fight with Josh Norman in the middle of camp. He's all smiles, throwing the punch. Mid punch, he's like this, just all happy as can be. The dude loves throwing hands, he's like not afraid to get up in your face and fight.
Mhm.
So the fact that you think you're gonna win a battle against someone like that is absolutely mind blowing to me.
Yeah.
Just straight up.
And
Um,
I don't even think Cam had to throw any punches. It was mostly just dragging the guys around, you
yeah,
know?
Yeah, he loves proving people wrong, but for the wrong reasons. Like there's some clips of him, like the one famous clip of I think it's Clay Matthews calling out the play and he's like, "Oh, you've been doing film? Okay, watch this." And then he just throws a touchdown right to Christian McCaffrey.
yeah,
Uh, so there's stuff like that that's cool. And then you see stuff like this and you're like, "Okay, that's the Cam Newton that went to Florida and stole a kid's laptop."
yep. That's those
I
Florida roots, bro.
I was
They're
on his
in there.
Wikipedia last night. He has a ring from Florida. Then he went to Blaine, the community college, won a JUCO ring, then won a ring at Auburn. Played in the Super Bowl. Could have won a Super Bowl, and what a Super Bowl isn't close, but played in the Super Bowl.
All he had to
And
do
Yeah.
was dive on the fumble. That's all he had
and
to do.
I've heard from some clips on the internet of people interacting with Cam Newton and like talking about how like physically imposing he is in person.
Hmm.
He's like what, like 6'5", 250 or something. He's a
He's
big dude.
massive.
He can. I mean, he took on what, 4 or 5 guys, and it seemed like it was light work.
Yeah. And speaking of fights, did you guys see the one guy from the New York Rangers fight that guy from the Flyers, and the day after he got into another fight with the guy I think from
Uh,
those fights were crazy.
I think he lost both of them, right?
He got
Yeah, he
crushed
got his
both.
ass kicked twice. Like it wasn't even close either, but he got dumped twice. Like
The first one was low key close, but that fight was wild. They were just throwing haymakers for like a minute, and that's what I
Yeah.
love about hockey is the refs were just literally on their skates, like looking at the crowd, like just ignoring it. But the second one, he got full on shelled. He got dropped.
People are opening up their eyes to hockey. When two guys drop the gloves, if they both decide to fight, like there's nothing the rest are going to do about it, and that's tradition. It's part of the game. It's why people love hockey.
I
It,
just love how he's a rookie and doing this, and he's also like, I think he's like 6'7", like he's a tall dude,
on
and like,
skates.
yeah, and on skates, and I think both his times he got his ass beat by guys like 5, 6 inches tinier than him.
Yeah, and I guarantee you, both those guys were probably back out on the ice that same game,
Oh yeah,
the next shift.
it's the definition of what's the old saying? It's not about the size of the dog in the fight. It's about the
The
like whatever.
fighting,
eyes of the
fighting the
fighting the
dog.
dog. You were
Yeah,
right there.
yeah.
You
I
just
got
had to finish
Bro, you
it.
just had to flip them.
yeah. You know what? It's been a long day. I'm
Bro,
tired.
I get you. All
I
right.
get
So speaking of long day and work, so I
Mhm.
got to ask this question today, and I'm going to ask it to you guys. I'm going to give my answer though. The answer is if you could put one rule in sports that's not currently in there, any sport, doesn't matter, what would you add? And I thought long and hard, so I'm going to go on this little tangent so you guys can think. I thought long and hard about it, and I arrived at the same answer that I've always kind of given for this question. And the answer to it is I would love for each athlete to be able to fight one fan a game. Any fan that's talking shit. Now they have to be talking shit. You have to be able to prove they were talking shit. Um, but one athlete gets to square up. And the reason is it shuts down all the shit talking. It also gives athletes the chance to look tough. And it also paves the way for some incredible betting opportunities. I'm talking like, what are the odds KD swings at a fan under 6-1 today and knocks him out in the second punch? And it's like a plus $1,600 parlay. Like that, to me, that would be the ultimate rule to add in.
Yeah.
So I want to pose the question to you, and how we'll start with you first. If you could add one rule into sports, what would it be?
It's interesting because you can go so many different directions. I think a funny one for me that would actually be kind of cool would be like in the NBA or college basketball, where if you're sitting courtside or something like that, and say like um a team throws the ball out of bounds and you catch it, you're allowed to shoot, and if you make it, it counts for the team that you like basically like you're like the sixth man.
I
But you
like
can't
that.
That's
if
cool.
you catch it, you like can't move. You can stand up and then you have to shoot it.
Yeah,
That's
Carmelo
a good
Anthony
one.
almost did that once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost.
All
So
right.
I think that would be fun.
I do like that one as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Jack,
go with
bring one.
one. I saw this on Twitter the other day, or X, and I thought it was pretty good. So it's not an original idea, but if you're leading a PJ Tour event, you have the option to play the 72nd hole, the last hole of the tournament, with just one club.
Mm-hmm.
And if you win the tournament, you win the entire purse.
I like that.
Yeah,
Kind of
think
cool.
drama that would create. I mean, you just take money away from every other guy.
Yeah.
Probably make like $15 million on
Yeah.
one hole.
I mean, truthfully, there's been holes where I've just used my pitching wedge. Straight up. I'll go off the tee with the wedge. I'll
That's
use the
crazy.
wedge
That's
in the
crazy.
fairway.
Crazy.
And then I'd have to putt with the wedge because I inevitably forgot my putter. So there have been times where I've had to actually do that.
Pitching
Yeah.
went off the tee.
Yeah.
I feel like a golf could, there's a lot of avenues. I think a fun one would be like obviously like still have the same rules set in place right now in terms of like fans not being allowed to stand in like the middle of the fairways and having like the roped off sections, but say like if a golfer accidentally hits you like on a drive or something like that, you could pick up their ball and throw it. It could be forwards, backwards, like in the woods, but they since they hit you, you have to like you're able to do something with the ball, so you can either help them or hurt them. I think that would be kind of cool.
I like an anything but a club hole where one of the holes on the course, you have to spin a wheel. And whether it's, you have to throw a football, you have to kick a soccer ball, you have to hit a baseball, but you can only use that the entire hole instead of a club.
Yeah, I think fucking Dude Perfect.
Yeah,
I think
they did
they
that.
did that at Augusta.
Yeah, they like that should be a thing.
That would be fun.
Yeah. People were hating on it. Like how you're out here hitting a fucking wiffle ball and a wiffle ball bat at Augusta National. Like, is that blasphemous? Who knows?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind of it's
like
still
I feel
dope.
like what?
I said that's still dope.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
oh yeah. I feel like we were on to something with the fan control football league. I feel like there's a lot of potential there, especially of fans who like seeing just horse shit happen. But the fan could vote, hey, you can't use a club on this hole, or hey, you have to go fight this fan, or hey, do this or do that. Like I think the fan control thing has a lot of opportunity. They just need to find the right people to run it.
There could be a way in like the NFL because probably the most boring part of the game is obviously kickoffs and
Hmm.
punts are fine, I guess. And there's a little bit more variable, but like kickoffs, guys just kicking it through the uprights for the most part out the end zone. There's got to be a way to kind of change things up. Maybe kick from like the 5 yard line.
Or like they have to have a select fan run it back each game.
One of the coaches, one of the head coaches.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
imagine like Fat Dom's running out the kick for the Eagles. Just gets blindsided.
Yeah.
Andy
Or you
Reid.
have like the team mascot, like the guy behind like the goalpost that's going crazy.
That's a great idea. No, that getting the mascots involved is
Yeah.
a lot better than getting the fans involved.
Like he has to be on the field for at least like a certain amount of plays. So you could see like the Indianapolis Colts mascot just line up for like a pass at wide receiver, or you could see him like guarding like Tyreek Hill,
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
or just plug him in at nose tackle and just to clog up the middle.
Yeah, I mean, the possibilities are honestly endless for ways to make every single sport better.
Mm.
Just they don't like to listen to us. that really fucking sucks.
We're creating entertainment. We're giving you the tools. Go make some fucking comedy.
Yeah, for real. A little TED talk right here.
Yeah,
You watched the TED series, right?
yeah.
Beav, did you watch it?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, it was great.
Did we ever recap it on the show? I feel like we should.
I mean, it's
I don't think
great
we did.
without spoiling too much for people that haven't seen it yet. And you should definitely go and check it out. The comedy is
I
pretty
loved
fun.
every character was great.
Yeah.
Mom,
The dad
yeah,
was my favorite.
Yeah, he's
The dad's unbelievable.
Spencer
yeah.
Teach.
Yeah, like if you had to put my comedy into like a character, it's the dad. The dad's just fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yeah, great show. If you haven't watched it, you need to fucking watch it because it's unbelievable.
yeah. I just
What was
wish my one critique is I wish they showed like a young Donnie at the school.
Oh God.
That would have been funny.
what was the
I
But
name
mean,
of the dad's truck?
oh,
the truck,
Yeah.
oh,
wasn't it? I want to say like Randall, but it wasn't Randall. It's like something. It was great.
I'm looking it up. Oh, Dennis. Dennis the dump.
Dennis.
Dennis, yes,
Dennis.
Dennis the dump truck, yeah.
Oh man. And the plot twist at the end of that episode is unbelievable too.
That's
Once
why I
again,
love
if you watch it, you know exactly where we're going with this.
that TV show is just great for so many reasons. Like some of the episodes are they're worse than the others, but the comedy in it is like it's like back to like kind of when TV shows were released like 10, 15 years ago where they
Yeah,
just don't really care about rules or like
it was awesome.
anything. Like they'll hurt any sort of individual, like race, anything. They cross the line, yes, but it's funny.
It's incredible. Um, Speaking of crossing the line, we got the NFL Combine this week, gentlemen. A lot of 40-yard dash times going to be up in the air. We got bench press, we got vertical, broad jump, you name it, we have it. Hod, let's start with you. Who are you looking forward to the most? Kind of seeing what they can do at the combine.
For me, I like watching like different groups. Like the lineman running the 40-yard dash is just great. Like, will there be another Chris Jones incident or something like that? Um,
Hodska.
but it's just I'm just saying, like it's funny. It's fun watching them because you don't see like all they do is just block or pass rush, so you don't see them full on sprint. I guess you do on some of the tackles, but for a 40-yard dash,
Yeah.
that's fun. It'll be cool to see if anyone can like break any records or anything. I'm always curious to watch the quarterbacks just because I feel like, especially this year, there's the top three projected in a lot of mock drafts are all quarterbacks. So I'm curious to see how they perform, and see if anyone's draft stock hurts or people are right. Um, but yeah, it'll be cool to watch. I'll mainly watch the 40-yard dash. I don't really care about like any of the jumping stuff or the 3-cone drill. There are some viral clips of like the receiver drills where they're doing like they're running around catching the passes and they just get hit in the helmet because they're too slow or do it wrong. So those are always fun. But I'm sure we'll see a lot of clips on social media of it anyways.
Yeah, when you said you wanted another Chris Jones, I was like, oh, why did he run like the fastest 40 time for O lineman? And then it clicked, and I was fucking disgusting. But
I
also
mean,
impressive.
it's probably one of the most viral things to ever come out of the NFL Combine.
Oh yeah.
Like that is pretty viral. The what was his name? I think it was it Shaquille Griffin, the guy with one arm doing like
Mhm.
22 of the bench press. That was super impressive. And then there's like obviously like Brady's whole NFL Combine that is so pathetic, even though he's the greatest quarterback of all time.
Anthony
So
Richardson's combine last year that got him
yeah,
into the five.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, the quarterback I guess day or whatever event, whatever you want to quarterback throwing is always great because every year you see some kind of guy that was on nobody's board
yeah,
makes like a couple sick throws that he's projected top 10. It was Malik Willis one year, Zach Wilson.
yeah,
This year it's probably going to be Drake May or Bo Nix or something like that. It's going to
Mm-hmm.
shine at the combine and get a GM fired because of it.
Yep.
Um,
yeah,
happens every year. Mel Kiper hypes him up. For some reason, the people listen to Mel Kiper,
yep.
and we see him day one on draft day. But the 40 is always great. It's
Mhm.
cool. The combine is the combine. Is
Yeah.
Caleb Williams even going to be there?
No, I saw a decent amount of people are opting out. Like I know the Cooper DeJean, the white cornerback from Iowa that's projected
Smart,
first round pick, he
smart.
opted to not
Yeah,
go.
protect him.
That's a high IQ
Protect
move.
him.
I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, it's either like I'm for the combine, especially if you're trying to like increase your draft stock. But if you like are like basically everyone kind of knows Caleb Williams is probably going #1 overall. There's no reason for him to like show
Mm-hmm.
any tape or anything like that, or like potentially even hurt himself.
yeah.
So
They'll have their pro day, and they don't need to go to the combine or whatever.
yeah,
Is it
exactly.
in Indy again? Isn't it always in Indy?
I'm not sure.
Feel like it's been in
Um,
Indy like the last 5 years at least.
Yeah.
Could be
yeah, it's
wrong.
in Indy.
Yeah, so that might just be like the home of it. I mean, the Lucas Oil is a good stadium to do it because
Mm-hmm.
it's covered, it's nice, nice area. So
Yeah, I mean, you guys are kind of missing the greatest storyline of the combine each year, and that is Rich Eisen running the 40.
yeah,
Will he beat his time? Probably not, but he will die trying. Like
yeah,
that is a fact.
yeah,
But no, I'm excited, man. The NFL Combine, like this, kind of is almost like the starting like launch pad for the draft, which launches you into the NFL season with all the trades, free agency, you name it.
yeah,
Obviously, the biggest news currently in the NFL is what the fuck are the Bears gonna do?
yeah,
And there's a lot of questions out there being asked. Um, are they going to trade the first pick? Are they going to trade Justin Fields? I'm going to let you guys start off, and I'm going to call a resident Bears expert to see if he has an answer.
It's interesting because I think today DJ Moore came out and said like he wants Marvin Harrison. Um, he wants the Bears to take Marvin Harrison, which means do they take Marvin Harrison at 1? Do they trade down like a couple spots and try to get him then? Um, I think if you're the Bears, I would trade down and take Marvin Harrison. I think Justin Fields, a lot of people like I feel like are sleeping on him. Yeah, his arm isn't the best, but he's a very like mobile quarterback and kind of like Lamar. So, but worse. So, that's just my opinion.
He's like Lamar, but worse.
I
Yeah,
mean, Lamar's the MVP this
I
year.
know. I
So,
know that. It's just funny.
but last year, Justin Fields had a really good season. I mean, the Bears haven't been the greatest since he's been on the team in terms of overall team like record and everything. But
All right.
No,
I
I
have
like.
I have our resident Bears expert, Mr. Nicholas Lipinski, ready to go for the podcast. Now, Lip, there's a lot of speculation going into the combine and more importantly into the NFL draft on what your franchise is going to do. So I'm going to ask you, as our Bears insider, what is the right play?
The right play, there are really two right plays, in my humble opinion. One, you either keep the pick because you're not getting really great offers and use the pick to draft Marvin Harrison Jr., or you finesse the league. Like, I think that's what they're doing right now. You get trade back and you still take Marvin Harrison. You keep Fields. You don't take Caleb because that dude paints his nails for fun. And yeah, Marvin Harrison is the clear answer.
All right. Thank
like
you,
it.
sir.
Yeah,
Go Bears.
Go Bears, he says.
I
Later.
agree. I mean, Fields is not the problem.
Yeah.
He's a physical quarterback. He's a good leader. There's been no controversy. His play's been inconsistent. He's got the NFL, single game rushing record. Man can run the football, break tackles. He's big, strong. Throwing, a little shaky, but I feel like that's something that, you either get used to or you don't. The speed of the game, I mean, a lot of guys, find their rhythm and, start becoming, a good passer of the football.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's too early. I mean, you took the guy, what, like 10th or 11th or something a couple of years ago. Drafting
Yeah.
a franchise quarterback is it's a move that has implications like years into the future. You got to wait it out. Look at what my Giants are doing. We drafted Daniel Jones, what, 5 years ago, and we're still fucking sticking with him. It's
Yeah.
something, we've had ups and downs. We made it to the playoffs. We've won 4 games. It's like it happens, especially, you know, the Bears have been just ass, for
Yeah.
15 years.
I mean, you look at the NFL draft as a whole, you're really gambling if you're an NFL franchise because you have no idea how these guys are actually going to turn out. It's kind of like college. Like some of the best players are not the 5-star recruits. No one talked about the 3-star recruits that transferred to a big school, which a lot
It's
of the
like,
guys happen to like Alabama and stuff like that. So
sure, you can get Caleb Williams, but that's one guy on a 53-man roster, like, and he's coming in as a rookie, and he's kind of
Yeah.
there's no doubt about it. And like, is he really going to change the franchise? When he's only one player, it's like
Yeah.
football is a lot different than any other sport. You get, in the NBA draft, you draft a guy, that can make or break your franchise. NFL, to some extent, yes, but if you pick a diamond in the rough like a Mahomes or something, but
Yeah.
I'm not too high on Caleb Williams. Pac-12 football, lost a lot of games in college, even though he was on a great team. Like,
Yeah.
I think the Bears would do a disservice in trading Justin Fields.
Yeah.
For getting anyone else than Marvin Harrison.
Yeah. I think a future podcast, like closer to the NFL draft, we should do like a full mock draft of like the first round. Everyone gives us a pick.
We could do a whole draft special where we stay up to date along with it. We'll have suits on. We'll have Gary like doing a kazoo for the NFL sound when a pick is in.
Yeah.
We'll go for it.
We'll probably get sued for that somehow.
Oh yeah. I mean, we always will.
Yeah.
It's not a surprise, but yeah, as far as the NFL draft and kind of what the Bears are doing, I think the best move is to trade back, get a bunch of capital for the first pick, get Marvin Harrison. Your rest of your draft is offensive and defensive line. That's all it is. That's all you pick for every single pick. Because eventually you'll find the superstar O lineman, you'll find a stud D lineman, and you'll have the building blocks for what you need to go forward for the future. Justin Fields is only as good as his blockers. He can't outrun everybody. So when you don't have any blockers at all, it's basically like he's running a screen pass every play when his fucking receivers are doing go routes. Like, it just doesn't work out. So I think that's your more obvious option. I think Justin Fields is a great quarterback. Truthfully, I'd be shocked to see the Bears get rid of him, but at the end of the day, we know the Bears find a way to fuck things up. So I wouldn't be too surprised.
Yeah. It's also the whole mantra of like if your quarterback like, do you pay? You know, Fields is, I think, coming up on a contract year. I
Mhm.
don't. It might be next year. I'm not too sure, but it's the whole mantra of, do we pay this quarterback? Is he the guy for our future? Are we going to give him a long-term thing?
Yeah,
So it's
which
interesting.
we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, every year there's a quarterback, that can change a team. It happens every single year.
Yeah.
This year happens to be more than others,
hmm
but you got a guy like Justin Fields. Like, let's not forget what he did in college, and he's not the worst. He's not even like a bottom tier quarterback. He's probably
Oh,
He's
maybe
got
top
all the
20. You can make an argument easily top 20. So
Yeah, he's got all the right tools. He's got the fundamentals. Like, he can throw, he can run. It's just he's just got to clean up his throwing and
yeah,
then like kind of make himself a better pocket passer. Because when he scrambles or like gets out of the pocket, I mean, some bad throws, but that's kind of a given. But he makes good plays. But
mhm.
in like when he's in the pocket, he's got to kind of read the field better and make better decisions. But the Bears have
Yeah.
a decent team. They have a lot of like good individual players like DJ Moore, Justin Fields, Cole Kmet's a good tight end. They got Jalen Johnson, who's a really good corner, Tremaine Edmonds. They got good pieces. Montez Sweat, who they got in that trade, who's been awesome for them. But they just got to bring it all together, get a couple more role players that can help them out.
Marvin Harrison's the answer.
I think so too.
Always is.
But then if you're the Bears, where do you trade back to? Because then it's the whole, because you think that you're pretty set that probably the Commanders are going to take a quarterback. The Patriots are probably going to take a quarterback.
I would
Then
think you'd
four
flip
is the
with the
Cardinals.
Patriots.
I would think so too, but I mean, I don't know with Gerard Mayo. I mean, it's a new.
It's gonna
Who
be
knows?
interesting.
Yeah, stay tuned for our mock draft.
You know what else is gonna be interesting? How in the hell we're gonna get 15 flavors in this draft tonight?
Well,
Well,
we'll make it work.
let's find out. Um, tonight's snake draft. It's the best wing flavors draft. Where we go from there, I don't know. We'll play as we go. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of questionable picks, but I mean, there's like 5 true flavors that people have every day. So, that being said, let's put them up. You know how we do it. All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Well, we're at a standoff here, gentlemen. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay, odds out. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right. So I'm gonna go. Beav first. Hod, you're second. I'm gonna go third.
Okay.
All right, now this is an important question for the rest of the draft. Is buffalo a flavor, or are we breaking it down into how spicy the buffalo is?
The way I see it is buffalo is equal to like medium.
Yeah, I would say like I would say instead of like buffalo, say like mild, medium, or hot. I would
All
say
right,
like,
all right,
yeah,
Yeah.
buffalo is like medium, like classic buffalo.
all
Yeah.
right, all right. I'm gonna go with classic buffalo.
All right.
Mhm.
Hodska.
Um, I feel like yeah, there's kind of two unanimous picks. Um, and I think I'm just gonna have to take barbecue.
Yeah. Um, I'm gonna have to do. I mean, like, so now here's the question because there's a lot of barbecues.
I would say, yeah, I would just say like I picked the most basic barbecue. Like you can, if you want to take like honey barbecue or some sort of other barbecue
Yeah,
infused,
yeah.
then go
That makes
for it.
sense.
All right, I'm gonna do garlic parm and hot.
Okay. I like garlic parm a lot. It's a good pick.
I feel like that's like the top 3. Like full disclosure.
Yeah.
Eh, For my hot, can I like Is it like Nashville hot?
If you want it to
Is that
be,
like the same thing?
sure, I'll put that. Yeah, Nashville hot is fine. Um, my next pick, I'm gonna go to lemon pepper.
Yeah. All right,
Um,
Beav. Now this really comes down to what can you come up with because that's like
yeah,
the top flavors. So
Lemon pepper's fire, man. I'm gonna go with teriyaki.
good one.
okay, okay, I like that.
Teriyaki is in the top five. Man, it's a top five pick. Um, and then I'm gonna go with Cajun.
It's a good
Cajun
one too.
wings. Get that little, that little Cajun, that little jambalaya action, that little Louisiana flavor,
Yeah,
little Cajun seasoning.
Okay.
solid. Um, trying to think of like what I can go with.
It's hard, bro. Like this is not easy.
Yeah. For those wondering, Gary gave us this idea, and it's now I'm kind of really struggling.
Yeah,
Um, I'm gonna go with um Caribbean jerk.
Oh,
that's solid.
that sounds fire.
Um,
Yeah, they're good.
I'm gonna go honey barbecue,
Yep,
and I'm gonna go mango habanero. Some
good one.
serious spice.
Yeah, they're hot. Um, all right, I'm in the same boat again. Where do I go from here? Um,
Oh man, this is fucking impossible.
yeah, this is very hard. I'm gonna go with I know kind of beef took teriyaki, but this isn't technically teriyaki. I'm gonna go with Asian Zing
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
from Buffalo Wild Wings. I have the sauce that I just use, like the take-home sauce, kind of like how you have like the Chick-fil-A one, and I put that on like everything.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with plain.
Yeah,
It's the fried chicken wing.
yeah,
There you go.
that's a good pick. Good
Yeah.
creativity there.
And then my last pick, I ran out of, never say never, but I don't even know if there's another flavor that I enjoy. Um, hmm, salt and pepper, is that allowed? Like just fucking salt and pepper.
Yeah, sure.
I guess like I don't know what constitutes
I'm
a
just
good
thinking of recipes,
like does it change the flavor? Like I guess that's my only question. If it does, then I guess it's a flavor. Like
I'm
I
just thinking
don't
like
know
you
where else
got
to go.
chicken wings, but you got no seasoning, and you're like,
Like,
how the fuck do I cook this? Just throw
Yeah,
some salt and a little bit more pepper.
yeah,
Salt and pepper.
it's a good one. I guess is my last pick. I'm gonna go to a Wingstop flavor that I actually had on New Year's Eve, and it actually surprised me. It was pretty good, and I forgot the name of them, and I just looked them up. But I'm gonna go with Louisiana Rub.
Oh, that sounds fire.
Yeah, they're very good.
okay. Um, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna get nitpicky hot and say it's the same as Cajun, but there's no option, so I'm just gonna let that one slide.
Yeah, I mean it's tough.
Okay. I don't have any more flavors, guys. That was my whole
Uh,
list.
you got Atomic?
You know what? Let's do a classic, a staple for a loser in fantasy. Give me the blazing wings.
Yeah. Mhm.
Never had them, probably never will, but that's a staple.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, that was a tough
That
draft.
was a tough one.
So beef, we got medium buffalo, teriyaki, and plain and salt and pepper. I have barbecue, lemon pepper, Caribbean jerk, Asian zing, and Louisiana rub. Mondo's got garlic parm, Nashville hot, honey barbecue, mango habanero, and blazing. I think we did pretty well considering the circumstances that we were in. Sorry if
Yeah,
there's a
not
few
bad.
overlays, but oh well.
Not
Yeah.
bad.
Kiss my ass if you don't like it.
Well, now we got to do honorable mentions. So just
Give me naked.
What's naked?
And no rub on it.
is
I
that
already
plain?
I said that. I said plain.
Plain. Yeah.
Is plain. I thought that was like mild.
I'm gonna throw out there. I'm gonna throw out I was gonna pick this in the draft, but it's pretty local considering we've all had it, but not everyone else has probably ever heard of it. But Mike sauce from
Mm,
others.
yeah.
I couldn't tell you what that sauce is, but it is fire.
I don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah.
Like, what can you just like dip them in, like dip a wing in honey, call it a honey wing? You know, is
You
that a
can do
thing?
like honey mustard.
Yeah, honey mustard. Yeah, sweet and sour.
You
Oh
do
yeah.
like a ranch rub, like one of the dry ranch rubs.
That sounds nasty.
Yeah, it does, but I don't have any other wing.
What about like
Hawaiian?
you know, you can take it to Italy, you know, some marinara wings, you know,
What? I guess. I
little
don't
chicken parm, chicken wing parm.
know.
I might have just did something there.
I don't
Yeah,
think you did.
I don't think you did.
You can do like sweet Thai chili.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot garlic, Korean barbecue,
Korean barbecue, yeah.
Yeah.
ghost pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a couple.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna hurt myself if I keep.
Yeah, come to think of it, it's like it's impressive when you go to a wing spot and they got like, you know, 20 different flavors.
Yeah.
Yeah. For real.
Like I honestly might have to tell them like they're full of shit. There's no way they have 20 flavors.
Yeah. I know. I mean, I feel like a lot of them is just variations of like the classic like buffalo and barbecue though.
Yeah.
You just add spices and other stuff. But
Huh.
are you guys ranch or blue cheese fellows with wings?
I'm a ranch guy.
As my.
Yeah, I'm neither to be honest. Just give me the celery and carrots.
Feel ya. Celery is vital for me with wings.
Yeah.
Wait, so Beav, you don't use any dip?
Nah, no dip.
What's your all right? What's everyone's go-to wing flavor then?
Depends on the mood. Like if I'm feeling like I usually have three ones that I rotate. If I'm feeling like just like overall satisfaction, do lemon pepper because they aren't the hottest. But if I'm feeling like kind of a hotter one, I'll probably do honey barbecue or Caribbean jerk. And then sometimes I'll do like if I'm feeling like bold, I'll do mango habanero.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll normally switch it up between mild and medium buffalo, just depending on, you know, how I'm feeling that day.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll throw in a little teriyaki and some lemon pepper in the rotation.
Yeah.
That's pretty much my base three.
I love the
Yeah.
spots where you can kind of order like 10 and you can do 5 and 5. So I can do
Yeah.
like 5 lemon pepper and then 5 of a hotter one. Kind of get the contrast going.
Like I only do lemon pepper if I'm at Wingstop.
Yeah.
I usually rotate between honey barbecue and buffalo, and if I'm kind of over like those two, I'll toss in a garlic parm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I guess I have four that I rotate between. But like also I feel like everyone rotates in that variation.
Yeah.
like if you were to lay this out on a chart, this would be the most top heavy draft of all time.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Hey, I'm not too far from Magic City. Apparently they got the best lemon pepper wings in the world.
so good they'll make you leave the bubble.
Nice.
According to Pat Beverly, he's got
Yeah.
words of praise.
Yeah, you got to try them out. Give us a review.
I'll probably, if I go, it'll probably be like, 11 a.m. some shit. I'm not going at night.
That's fair.
You said that's not for me, bro. That's not for me.
I'll pull up, get the early bird special. You know what I'm talking about?
I love it. Well, that'll do it for today's episode. If you guys enjoyed, please make sure to like, subscribe, share with everyone you know. We will see you guys on Thursday. Peace.
See ya.